So good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to another video of the Shield Dude on a Couch. I'm your host, Hector, and today we're continuing part number 3 of my top 20 albums of the year. So coming up number 10, it's a band that needs no introduction. Everybody knows this band. Some people love them, some people hate them, and it's Metallica with 72 Seasons. And yes, this may be a controversial pick for some of you. Some may think like, oh, Metallica sucks. They haven't been good since 1989 or something like this. But you know what? To me, this is their best record since the Black Album. And why do I like this record? First of all, James Hetfield sounds great on vocals. There's great riffing on this album. And, the songs are catchy and memorable. There's songs here that I remember a lot. Lux Eterna, which was the lead single, really caught my attention when it came out. I was like, wow, this sounds like something that I really like. And I think on this album, something that also makes Metallica stand out for me is that they sound like a band that is having fun. On their previous records, when you listen to Saint Anger, Death Magnetic, it doesn't sound like a band that's having fun. It sounds like a band that was trying to recapture something that was kind of like missing. And with Hardwired Self-Destruct, they were recapturing that. But I think with this one, they finally nailed it. And yeah, there's some songs that maybe they can trim a little bit of the fat, but to me, they're still great. My favorite songs here, I think Lux Eterna was a great single. I love Chasing Light. I love 72 Seasons, which is the album opener. And Inamorata, it's a different song from them, and it's the longest song that Metallica has recorded. And yes, I know a lot of people might put this album on their worst albums of the year or disappointing, but so what? Let's be real. Some of you people just put it there because it's Metallica and it's cool to shit on Metallica. But I listen to it, I like it, and that's why it is at my number 10, Lux Eterna by Metallica, and I bought it on vinyl. Sounds great. And yeah, I really love how it is. I don't have to show it because I already did an unboxing on this. So number 10, Metallica with 72 Seasons. So coming in at my number 9, this is another band that has gone through a lot of ups and downs, especially with their bassist, Mark Hoppus, battling cancer, and also Tom DeLonge leaving the band. And their last album for me was awful. So when this one came out and I heard the lead singles, I was like, I'm intrigued. I know that Edging was a single and I didn't enjoy it as much, but then they released other singles, and One More Time was a single that really put in the heartstrings because they're discussing everything that happened to the band, Mark's sickness, Tom DeLonge leaving the band, and Travis having a plane crash that almost cost him his life. Why is this album so great? I think this album is a great comeback record because it mixes their old pop punk stuff, humor, with also more serious tone, but it does it in a way that really blends in well together. And something that I didn't mention in my review of this album is that Mark Hoppus had to learn how to play bass again for this album because the chemotherapy had made him so weak that he had to relearn how to play. And I think that's amazing that he did that. And, it's just a great record. It does play a lot of nostalgia. That's why I have it at number 9 and not higher on my list. But it's still a great comeback record that I really love. And you should not sleep on this Blink-182 record. So, yeah, great album. So coming in at number 8, it's a newer band, if you will. They've been around a few years now. They're from England, and they're called Svalbard. And the album is called The Weight of the Mask. And this is a band that has, they have a lot of death metal in them, but they've been playing with other genres like black metal, shoegaze elements to the band. And on Weight of the Mass, something that they do is like when they do the clean vocals, I think it's great. You know, their first single, Faking It, it's a great song. And it's all about faking being happy. So, you know, when you have to put like a smile and happy face for people, but you're really inside going through struggling with mental health and other things that can weigh you down. So this is an album that really it's very introspective and very personal for Serena, the singer, how she talks about depression, loneliness, all those subjects. And there's a song called How to Swim Down that's the most different song from them because it's all vocals and it's very shoegazy track, very beautiful track that I really enjoy so much. And this album for me is a band that needs to get more recognition because they're very good at what they do. And I like how they can do the screaming with the clean vocals and have it sound beautiful and brutal at the same time. That's why Svalbard, The Weight of the Mass for me is my number 8 album of the year. So yeah, coming in at number 7, I have a band that I was very surprised that I actually placed it high. And yes, it's another controversy for you people, because I'm sure this album is in a lot of like worst albums of the year, or like they suck. But to me, Avenged Sevenfold, Life is But a Dream is a brilliant record. Why do I think this is a brilliant record? Because on this album, on their last album, they were embracing more prog style, and on this one they went deeper down that rabbit hole. And this is an album that it is a metal record, but they have elements of pop, even some hip hop, like classical music, and also like real crooning vocals, but they mix it in a way that to me it reminded me of Frank Zappa records, because this is what prog is all about. Prog is to embrace the weirdness and do a lot of genres that on paper should not work, but Avenged Sevenfold made it work, and it does sound like them. And at the beginning, you know, when I listened to the first single, Nobody, I didn't love it. And I thought this was going to be an album that I was going to hate. But then I listened to it and I was very surprised. And it's an album that I went back to. The song Mattel is just great, and the music video for it is great as well. And I like how this is a concept record about, you know, life. And like sometimes with all the things, like you think like life is but a dream, and you wake up, you don't know if you're dreaming or if you're alive. And I just think it's great. There's some great soloing by Sinister Gates on some of the albums, songs on this record that sound really amazing. So yeah, I can't complain with this record. It's truly an amazing record that I was very surprised by. And if you're a prog metal fan, I think you will enjoy it. And it's a record that I think people that are not into metal can enjoy. So coming in at my number 6 is a band that also has had some struggles. And I'm talking about Queens of the Stone Age and In Times New Roman. This is another great album. Their last album that came out a few years ago, I didn't like that much. I thought it was like too dancey oriented, and it was missing some of the swagger of Queens of the Stone Age. But on this album, you know, first of all, Josh Homme was also battling cancer and going through a divorce and custody battle. So he put all that negative shit into this record, and he's made a great record that is rocking, introspective, and psychedelic at times. It really has all the elements that make Queens of the Stone Age such a unique band. My favorite tracks here, you know, if you have Paper Mache, Negative Space, Carnavoyeur, and also the lead single, Emotion Sickness, is a great song. Josh Homme sounds great in it. And I think Queens of the Stone Age is a band that when you listen to it, you know it's them, because they have that unique quality to them. So yeah, that's why it is at my number 6. So coming up next for me, I have my top 5 albums of the year. which will premiere on December the 22nd. And also, this Sunday, I'll have my 10 honorable mentions, which are 10 albums that are great, but didn't quite make my top 20. So I want to know from you guys, what albums what do you think of my picks? What do you think of the two controversial ones, being Metallica and Avenged Sevenfold? And if you like the videos that I'm putting out, do not forget to give me a like, and do not forget to subscribe. I have more content on the way. So until next time, people, this is Hector, the Shield Dude on a couch, and I'll see you right here on the couch. Thank you and goodbye.